I mean, peace to the gold and the gold. This is Maine. About to do a quick little live strength. Shout out to the Cash App supporters sending in those donations. Y'all already know who y'all are. Shout out to the Cash App supporters. Yo, man, I've been getting a bunch of messages back to back like Drake. You know what I mean? Back to back like Drake about them archives. Constantly getting these messages, these emails about them archives. Nobody has permission to upload any of my videos. You know what I'm saying? I'm putting it out there now. Nobody has permission to upload any of Self Fluid videos. You know, unless I specifically say, you know what I'm saying, do your thing, player. You know what I mean? But I've been getting a bunch of messages, emails in regards to them archives, and these emails all have one major thing in common. And that is, let's see what's going. Shout out to everybody in the chat. Shout out, what up, what up? Say. One thing about the emails I could say that they have in common is that it all comes from people who never supported, son. Never. At least the ones that I read, because I ain't read all of them. You know what I mean? The ones that I have read, they came from people who never, ever supported. They didn't hit the share like a stockbroker. You know what I mean? They didn't thumbs up. Not do I care about the thumbs up and all that, but based on how YouTube algorithm is, the more likes you get, the more the algorithm would spread the video out there. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like they changed the way how the whole thing functions. You know what I mean? It's like when you upload a video, your video is in like some dark corner where nobody could see it. And it's like when people hit the likes or people hit the like button, it illuminates it. So now it can get noticed. You know what I mean? But these people, they don't never share the video. They never hit the like button, and they dang show ain't never send a donation. The only ones who's really complaining about the archives is the ones who is constantly feeding off the archives and ain't never give nothing back in return. They ain't give nothing back in return, B. You know what I mean? So now of course they mad because that ether got pulled away from them, son. You know what I mean? They like, dang, yo, all the archives is gone. I can't come over to the channel no more. You know what I mean? I can't come here and feed no more. I can't come here and, listen to what, the God Self Food was saying and trying to steal his stuff and try to take it back to my channel and flip it, remix it. I can't do that no more. It's like I can't think of anything to talk about now because this guy is not dropping these videos no more, son. And it's like, he took all the archives away, and it's like I can't even go in the archives and like, what I'm saying? It's like, dang. So those parasites is like they scrambling, they scrambling and squabbling right now. So then parasites is scrambling, and that's all I had to do, son. You know what I mean? They scrambling and squabbling, right? I lost about, I think, 30 subscribers and gained 20. I lost 30 subscribers and gained 20. So you know how I say, out with the old, in with the new. Getting rid of those who never supported, and those who's coming to the channel now will be the ones who will be supported. So in other words, you being replaced. You being replaced, and you were the dead weight. In other words, you was just there on the subscription number list, making it look good. But the reality is, you was just there to extract all the life you could get. You know what I mean? That was the only purpose you were serving there. And now that the life, the archives ain't there no more. So you're like, oh man, I gotta get out of here. Let me unsub. But one thing about them unsubs, they're gonna be peeking. They're gonna be coming back to the channel every now and then, looking and seeing if he uploading something. They just hoping and pray like, I hope he do another video. They probably in the chat right now. You know what I'm saying? I hope you do another video, man, because I need to feed. I need to feed, son. You know what I'm saying? I need to feed. You know what I'm saying? Out with the old, in with the new. The ones who never the ones who never supported the channel, bruh, got the nerve to be asking about the archives. You know what I mean? The ones who supported the channel, son, at least from the emails that I read, see, I know who the main supporters is. You know what I mean? I know who the main supporters are, because every time somebody would share, or every time somebody would give a donation, I get an email. And I saved all of the emails. You know what I mean? I saved all of the emails from those who were supporting. So I know exactly who been supporting it. You know what I mean? I know who the diehard supporters is. I know the ones who been, even sending donations when I wasn't even uploading. I know the ones who've been sending the donations, even in these crazy, it's starting to die, at least where I'm at, it's starting to die down a little bit, this whole, this whole little virus thing, it's starting to die down, you know what I'm saying? But I know the ones who are still sending donations in these difficult times, the riders. I know who they are, son. And I know who the frauds are. You know what I mean? The ones who come up in here with the fake account or the dummy account. You click on they name, and they got no videos, nothing up on their channel. The decoy account, the agent account. You know what I mean? They come up in here with the agent account, fronting, trying to get some intel, and then when they ready to upload a video, they go back to their main channel. You know what I mean? And get the remixing. They get the Puff Daddy in, son. You know what I mean? They get the Puff Daddy in. But they got the nerve to be asking me where the archives is. The archives is out of your reach. The archives is out of your reach, man. You know what I mean? As I stated before, the archives ain't deleted, because I still got it. Well over 2,000 videos. You know what I mean? Well over 2,000 videos. I still got them. So over a terabyte worth, well over a terabyte worth of videos, huh? You know what I'm saying? A terabyte is 1,000 gigabytes. I got well over 1,000 gigabytes worth of videos, man. You know what I mean? The archives is there, but it ain't gonna be accessible to you parasites. And for the ones who wanna, cause I already know these curved balls they're gonna try to throw. The knowledge is supposed to be free. You ain't supposed to be charging for the knowledge. I'm not charging for anything. The people is the ones who suggested that I set up first it was with the Patreon. Those who familiar with this channel already know how that went. You know what I mean? And then they suggested I do the Cash App, and I did that. You know what I'm saying? But for the ones who want to claim that the knowledge should be free and you shouldn't be charging, even though I ain't charging for it, why don't you tell God to send you the knowledge? You know what I mean? Tell the higher beings, the beings that's beyond this dimension, tell them to send it to you. Since the knowledge is supposed to be free, like you, like they claim, and I'm not charging anybody for nothing, but all I'm just speaking how they speak. Since they claim that the knowledge is supposed to be free and that everybody's supposed to be able to access it, why is it that the higher beings didn't choose you as a antenna to receive the signals? Why is that? Why is it that the beings that's beyond this realm didn't say, well, I'm going to choose this person over here and I'm going to send them the data so they could go out there and, speak it to the people? Is obviously they must know something that you already know that you're trying to hide. Why you throw up that smoke screen, it should be free. Tell the gods to give it to you then. Tell them to choose you and give it to you. It's obvious they see that you're unworthy. You know what I mean? Maybe they already saw you existing in a timeline of what you would have done with the knowledge. Maybe they saw you really charging people and really taking advantage of people. You know what I'm saying? Maybe because they got the ability to look into all these different timelines of these paths that you can take way before you even make the decision. So they could see if they give you, how people be saying, well, if I was to get such and such, I'd do this. And they'll be like, they could see that whole timeline manifest before you even get it. So you know what I'm saying? So it's times you might ask for something and swear you would do something behind receiving that something, but they already see that you're not going to do that, and then they don't give it to you. You don't get it. You know what I mean? So tell the higher gods to choose you. You know what I mean? Tell them to send you the signals. Now the archives is only there for those who's on the wave. It ain't, you know what I'm saying? This energy phase that we're moving through, we're gonna have to start keeping these diabolical energies at bay. It ain't no more sitting up here saying, well, that's my brother, that's my sister, so we're gonna get him a pass. Ain't no more pass. Ain't no more pass, ain't no more hallway, ain't no more school, son. Class is over. It ain't no more pass. It ain't no more freebies. You know what I mean? Ain't no more feeding, son. It ain't no more feeding. You know what I'm saying? We cutting the plug slowly but surely, son. As time goes through the duration in this realm, we pulling the plug off these spirits that's been feeding for thousands of incarnations. They've been constantly feeding and feeding and feeding and feeding and feeding, and they don't give nothing back. They just feed, 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 feed. It ain't no more giving you a pass. It ain't no more, oh, well, you look like me, so you like me, and you you kind of effed up in the game right now. So if I continue giving you light, maybe you will wait. No, it ain't no keep on giving you light, then maybe you would wake up. Because if it ain't clicking by now, especially in these days, then it's not meant to click. It ain't meant to click. You know what I'm saying? You don't need to listen to 2,000 videos for it to click. You know what I'm saying? If you still constantly listening to videos, looking to raise the vibe within all those videos, then it's not meant for you to raise your vibe. You just feeding. You're using raising the vibe as a alibi. But the reality is, every time that video upload, oh, it's time for me to feed now. Let me feed these spirits. Let me feed them. You know what I mean? Let me feed. There ain't no more feeding, son. You know what I mean? What's on the menu can only be digested by the real gods. Ain't no more feeding. Ain't no more free ride. You know what I'm saying? That's why I stated before in past videos, man. I'm not running that Jesus Christ program. Y'all ain't about to, y'all ain't, them, yo, y'all not about to have me out here walking around in open toe sandals and a holy robe talking about I'm some poor righteous teacher, son. I'm not simulating that program, son. I'm not simulating that Masonic theme program, son. You know what I'm saying? Whoever want to simulate that program, go ahead and simulate that program, son. I'm not simulating that, son, because I understand how this dynamics work out here, son. You know what I'm saying? Lucifer, the ruler of positive and negative polarities. You know what I mean? Lucifer, the ruler of positive and negative polarities, man. Oh, I'm gonna, teach the people so I can feel good. That's the only reason why they doing it. Because it makes them feel good. You know what I'm saying? As I stated before, I feel nothing. And feeling nothing doesn't mean heartless. I have the ability to go beyond feelings. Because I understand exactly what it is. It's a simulation. It is a simulation. It's like a video game. It runs on a series of algorithms, and those algorithms are represented by chemicals that's being released from your brain. They trigger the algorithms, which is the chemicals that's being released by the brain, and you feel some kind of way. It's all a program. People get lost in the source code. They get lost in the code. They get lost in the program. I'm black, I'm white, I'm a Muslim, I'm African. Even with I'm a God. That's all programs. As I stated before, we beyond these titles. Way beyond the titles. The titles are programs. You know what I'm saying? So ain't no more feeding. I ain't getting caught up in that poor righteous teacher Jesus Christ program, or even with a lot of these prophets. They got it going on with all these prophets. They like these prophets always supposed to be poor. They always supposed to be living in some effed up conditions. You know what I'm saying? Like, well, the mission is to uplift fallen humanity. There is no uplifting a clone. See, when you deal with reality, you start beginning to see how those stories are really illusions. Once you deal with reality, once you go out the positive and the negative polarity, which is a binary system that bonds the illusion together, positive and negatives, man. It's the binary system that bonds the illusion together. Once you're able to go beyond those and you start seeing it as an overseer, you like, I see what it is now, son. I see what it is. You see what it is. You see revelations, man. Revelations in real time. You know what I mean? You see revelations in real time, and when you see revelations in real time, you realize you're looking at pre-recorded data. You know what I'm saying? When you go outside of polarities and you start seeing what it is in real time, you realize what you're looking at is pre-recorded data. You're not really looking at people moving in real time. You know, in other words, people on the planet have a timeline. Everybody on the planet got a timeline. Born, live, grow up, die. It keeps on going after that, but we gonna cut it right there after the death. That's a whole timeline. In other words, it's already a series of sequences that has already been laid out for you, that you already made decision wise before you came through the womb. It's already been decided. So when you see somebody born and they begin to start living, when you see that person living out through their whole life, you're not looking at them in real time. They not making decisions in real time. What they are actually doing is simulating pre-recorded data. Their whole life is pre-recorded data. But they operating under the illusion that the decisions that they making is in real time. Is not in real time. The time has already elapsed. You know what I'm saying? When the timeline is being created, that's the real time. You know what I'm saying? When the timeline is being created, that will be like the real time. Now, when the people is following the timeline that has already been created, that's pre-recorded data you're looking at. You're looking at the simulation executing the pre-recorded data, which was the timeline that was created before they even came through the womb. You know what I'm saying? When you go beyond the polarities, that's what you see. I ain't getting caught up in no profit simulation. I ain't getting caught up in none of these simulations. I'm moving through this mud gutter, son. It's all about moving through, son. You ain't getting caught up. You know what I mean? Somebody left in the comment section talking about the what it was, something that I stated before, the wound of the goddess should never be seen by peasants. Show me what video did I show up there that was actually showing the womb of a goddess. And if you advocate that message, why don't you put up on your channel what you suggest I do on mine? See, this is something that I stated before about these spectators. They always on the sideline pump faking, telling you what you should do. Why don't you do it? Why don't you go on your channel and put some goddesses up there in some skirts all the way down to their ankles? Why don't you do that? Instead of you sitting up here telling me to show you visions, why don't you show yourself the vision? You know what I mean? As I stated before, they always want that one person to be the speaker. You know, in other words, they want you to run the Jesus Christ Prophet program, where you have one man or one woman, you know what I'm saying, speaking, while everybody else is on the sideline cheering. Why don't you get off the sideline and get in the field? You know what I'm saying? Get off the sideline and get in the field. Stand next to the prophet. You know what I'm saying? Why you even got to be on the sideline? For the mere fact you on the sideline, you showing those in the know, because everybody ain't go peep status. But for the mere fact you on the sideline, you showing those in the know you don't have what it takes to be a leader. You're a coward. Only cowards play the sideline. You know what I'm saying? The real get in the field. You know what I mean? You go ahead and put the goddesses up there with the skirts all the way down to the ankles. Tag me in it and I'm going to share it. You know what I mean? Spread the word. But see, you ain't about spreading the word. You ain't about spreading the vibe. You about restricting the vibe. You got a lot of these spirits out here who front like they about putting the message out there, but they intercept the message. You know what I'm saying? They intercept the message by saying things like telling you to put the video out there with the goddess with the skirt down to the ankles. That's a suppression. Why don't you do it to release it? Why don't you become an antenna and pulsate that signal wherever you at on the planet, so you could spread the vibe? See, but they ain't about spreading the vibes, huh? You know what I'm saying? They about feeding. You could never use what I say against me. You know, how you gonna use something I say against me, son? You know what I'm saying? That ain't gonna work on me. It might work on somebody around your block. Might work that somebody live across the street or underneath you or above you, whatever, however your living arrangements is. That ain't gonna work on me. How the heck they gonna use something that I use, that I speak of? You know what I'm saying? And there was no wound being shown. The girl was dancing. Where was the wound? Where is the wound? The girl is dancing at a function, and you sitting up here trying to quote something that I quote, not even quoting it in the correct content, son. You know what I mean? Straight up. But that's how the spirits do, man. They try to clone you, son. They always try to clone, always try to say what you want to say to make it seem like they on the level as you. Man, you ain't, man. Man, these clones out here, they be tripping. These clones out here be tripping, bro. You know what I mean? But like I've stated before, man, you go out there, you people out there who ain't never supported, who up there, you know what I'm saying, begging for them archives. You know what I'm saying? Tell the higher gods to send you the archives. Tell them to stream it to you. You know what I mean? You obviously ain't got what it takes. You know what I'm saying? Tell them to send you the data. The reason why they ain't dealing with you, man, because they know you're a fraud. You know what I mean? These beings don't deal with people based off emotions, man. They deal with beings on a planet who know that they got what it takes to get it done. They ain't gonna let emotions get in the way. You know what I mean? You spirits always let emotions get in the way. Yo, I'm watching this right now on Netflix called A House of Cards. And I'm up to this episode where it's basically, they showing you how a lot of stuff works, son, in the House of Cards. They doing a whole bunch of rituals and all that stuff, and I ain't getting into all that, son. But they got it where, you got this dude, Underwood, and his wife, Claire. They basically manipulated their way. It's gonna be spoilers if you ain't never see it. But they basically manipulated their way into the presidency, to being a president. Now, out through the whole, at least from up to where I'm at right now, he became president. She became the first lady. So it's like up until the whole point, they was working together. Now, when they were showing you how they was working together to achieve the goal of him becoming president, they was showing her being a woman. Like if you look and see how the episodes was tailor made around her character, she was being a straight woman. Like everything about her, never mind that she's a human. You're paying attention to the character she was playing. She was playing the role of a woman. And this is what I'm gonna say about these clones. These clones, these females out here, they have the ability to pretend like they're a woman, but they will always tip out when they reach a certain point, and then they will always dip back down into the emotions. Now she been riding with him this whole time, being a woman. She allowed other people, outside forces, the feelers, to start putting thoughts in her head. That's what the feelers do. They put vibrations in you. When they want you to see things, they don't even want you to see things. They want you to become blind and feel things how they feel it. She started talking to this one guy, started talking to this one lady, started talking to this person over here, started talking to this person over here. Next thing you know, these people is like they arguing. They arguing all the time. They don't even sleep in the same bedroom no more. You know what I'm saying? They beefing with each other, going behind each other's back. You know what I'm saying? It's like every time they show you her betraying him, it's based on her no longer being a woman and being a female. Right now, she's doing some flaky ish, you know what I mean, in the joint. And that's all because she surrounded herself around that female energy. She went back to her mom's. Her mom's already had the female energy fully charged up. You know what I'm saying? And basically gave her a mega dose of the female energy. So now it's like she's working against her husband now. In other words, all the decisions that she's making now is based off of feelings. That's how the humans would do it. You know what I'm saying? They have the ability to front because, as I stated before, they pretend. They clones. Clones could mimic. You know what I'm saying? So you have certain males out there, certain females out there who might pretend to be a man or pretend to be a woman, but they will always tip out. They will always reach a peak because they're not really about that vibe to begin with. And then you will start see it trickle down. They will start looking for little things to justify the reason, the emotional reasons why they want to do certain things. You know what I'm saying? So that's what they showing you right here, son. You know what I mean? In this house of cards. The emotional uh path that she is now taking now. Because she was once vibrating on a woman frequency, but now she's about to just show you the emotional female frequency, son. You know what I'm saying? That's why a female would never be president. Never be, son. They'll pretend to be a woman, but when it comes to being a real woman, you will see it dip down. It will always be a tipping point. In other words, they will max out, and then the energy will start getting drained back down into the female realm. And the next thing you know, they arguing, looking for ways to backstab you and do all. And that's what a lot of these females out here be doing, son. You know what I'm saying? A lot of these clones out here be doing, and these guys. You know what I'm saying? They pretend to be a man, pretend to be a right hand man, pretend to be you know what I'm saying, your brother. And then next thing you know, they start getting jealous of you. How is it a man getting jealous of another man? That's because that person was never a man to begin. No real man would get jealous. That's not even in their vibe. You know what I'm saying? But when when you look at these shows, or even when you out here in the Matrix, you're dealing with certain guys who's pretending to be men, and then these people turn around and get jealous. That the damn cloak is up. From the moment a man shows you that he's jealous, he was never a man. He was a male pretending to be a man, and his whole cover just got blown right there, son. You know what I'm saying? Or when they backstab you, do some jealous stuff, get mad at you because you're dealing with a girl, or you might be getting more money, you might have a better job, whatever whatever emotional situation it would be, son. You know what I mean? And then they get jealous. That's because that's a male. The males is clones, man. They pretend all the time, son. No real man or no real woman would not allow emotions to tip them down from a real vibration into an artificial one. Now you just banging off polarities. Oh, this person did this, talk to me like this, so I got to do this, I got to get them back so I could feel good, because right now I feel bad. Now you in the polarities. Now you simulating pre-recorded data. You know what I mean? Simulating pre-recorded data, B. Straight up. Well, they cloaking, man, but yo, man. Ain't even, man. It tickles me that the ones who never supported is asking for the archives. The archives is out of your reach. I mean, don't worry about where it's at. It's safe. You know what I mean? Straight up, son. And don't think because, saying the videos, like I stopped uploading videos or stopped doing videos like that somehow it ain't, I can't pull it in on that level. It's beyond that level, son. It could go beyond the archives, son. You know what I'm saying? That's an ability that I'm always gonna have, son. Just because I ain't uploading these joints don't mean that I ain't speaking on that level, son. You know what I mean? There's a lot of things that you would never know. You know what I mean? And if I was to reveal it, it would blow your minds even more. It will blow fuses in your mind. You know what I mean? You hold that note straight up, B. But you just want to come through and feed and feed and feed and feed and feed. Go feed somewhere else, man. Go. I'm pretty sure there's a whole bunch of channels on YouTube where people is talking about the Anunnakis and meteors hitting the planet and aliens, Area 51, conspiracy theorists with harp and volcanoes. I'm pretty sure they all out there, man, talking about Agartha and little green men coming up from up under the ground like worms and snatching people, snatching cows and you know what I'm saying, doing these covert ops missions, and I'm pretty sure there's a whole bunch of them on YouTube. You know what I'm saying? Who could hit you with that watered down BS? You know what I mean? Who can hit you with that watered down BS? You know what I'm saying? I know they all on YouTube, son. Some of them probably like, yo, this guy selling on YouTube no more. Oh, now I could talk my talk. Yo, Cell deleted all his archives? Yo, did the man make him take it down, son? Or did somebody delete it? You know, I could talk my talk now, son. I could talk my talk. Go ahead, talk your talk, Blake. Talk your talk. Talk your talk, son. You know what I mean? Go ahead. That's what you gotta play box for, son. AKA voice. That's what you gotta play box. When you talk, your brain is pressing play when you really talk. When these clones talk, their brain is pressing play and they are playing back pre-recorded data. They're not even really having a conversation with you, son. That's why if you really pay attention to some of these clones you be talking to, you see them answer questions without even you asking. You know what I'm saying? They could ask you something you're not even answering. You don't even answer the question when they ask you something. And they would continue as if you did answer the question. Because it's all pre-recorded data, man. Every time they speak, they press and play. They press and play on a tape, a damn tape deck that has pre-recorded audio on it. You know what I mean? Their whole voice is pre-recorded audio, son. They not even speaking, man. Only the real speak. The clones play. They press play and they voice box just go. You know what I mean? You listening to pre-recorded data, pre-recorded alpha waves coming through what is known as what they call a vocal cords, which is a play box. You know what I mean? They got a play box in their throat. They pushing play. Straight up, baby. You know what I mean? But don't worry about them archives. And them archives is there for those who is really supporting, man. Sharing and, ultimately living the message. You know what I mean? Those who's living it. Not the ones who just come in here and feeding and saying, well, yo, man. Yo, what this mean? Yo, what that mean? Yo, what this mean? Yo, I don't know how you do it, man. I just can't. But then it ain't for you then, son. It ain't for you. It ain't meant for you to raise up. You know what I mean? It's meant for you to reincarnate and keep cycling in this planet, man. Yo, that's how it is like that for a bunch of people, son. We all know everybody ain't gonna make it. Ain't no clone gonna make it. That's a fact. You know what I'm saying? The only ones who gonna make it is the souls. That's it. They're the only ones who have the ability to leave this entire universe, son. Is the souls. It was never about black and white. It was always about a spirit versus soul. And it ain't really no verse. You know what I'm saying? It was about artificial energy, finding out that they artificial energy, and feeling some kind of way about not being able to be real energy, which is the soul. That's what it has always been about. It was never about the size of the man John, or how big the sister butt is, or all of this emotional crap that they taught. It was never about that. It was never about how many dynasties you rule, how much, planets you conquered, how the so-called white man woman wants you, and all other women want, all other nation women want you on a planet. It was never about that. You know what I'm saying? It was never about that. It was always about that they were artificial energy and you was real. And some of them found out about that because it was told to them. You know what I'm saying? Because the reality is, these clones, they don't find out nothing. They don't figure out anything. Clones do not figure out nothing. They have to be streamed to them, or it has to be told to them. They don't find out anything, son. They don't have the ability to figure things out. It has to be fed to them. So it was fed to a certain amount of humans that y'all energy is just fake. That's what it is. That's the real reality of it. Your spirits, we're souls. The only way the spirits could exist is if they keep extracting soul energy, and they extract the soul energy with this emotional bracket that they got the souls in. They got to keep the souls, or the so-called black people, in positive, negative polarity. If we could just keep them in those brackets, we could just we could keep feeding off them and sustain our existence. But once they come up out those brackets, we lose another feed. So we got to keep them in the emotion. That's why they do the police brutality. That's why they do the racism. That's why the whole system is set up in a positive and negative polarity to be undermining the guard race. Because everywhere you turn, every little step you take, they want to make sure that they feeding. They always want to make sure they feed. They got to feed. They got to feed. Because if they don't feed, they will disintegrate. You know what I'm saying? That's what it has always been about. That they are fake energy and you're real energy. Energy can be created and destroyed. It can. And the only ones who can really create energy and destroy energy is the souls, who is falsely identified as so-called black people. You know what I'm saying? But you got to be vibing beyond emotions. You got to be vibing in your natural state. You being emotional, you talking about, I'm all about positive energy. You want to keep all the negative energy away. And, I'm all about, I don't want to be around these kind of people. I don't want to be that. You talking like that, man. You ain't gonna tap into your real vibe. You ain't vibing how you supposed to be vibing if you emotional. How are you supposed to be a god but yet emotions rule you? What kind of madness is this, son? You supposed to be a god, a being that's beyond all. But here you are, can't control your emotions. I hear guys say things like, I'm too emotional, or I'm emotional. I hear girls say things like, I'm emotional. I get caught up in my emotions. You ain't never supposed to get caught up in your emotions. How you a god and you being ruled by a simulation that you created? What's that like? That's like a video game programmer making a game. You know what I'm saying? A game developer making a game from start to finish. He made the whole game. He know everything about the game. And then when he plays the game, he could never beat the game. He always die on the first mission. Somebody who programmed the game, who knows exactly how things is going to work, who know what enemy is going to come, where you have to shoot the enemy, the weak points, the tricks, the trades. He knows all of this. But then when he plays the game, he always die on the first stage. That doesn't even make any sense. You made the game. How are you becoming a victim to the source code? You made the program known as emotions. How are you becoming a victim to the source code? Because you want to vibe on a clone vibration. You want to be a spirit instead of a soul. As I stated before, the mind is for the spirits. We souls ain't supposed to have minds. That's their control hub. You know what I'm saying? That's their positive and negative sphere around their head. You know what I mean? That we send signals to in the form of emotional commands. The binary system, the 1 and the 0. You know what I mean? We beyond the mind, son. We beyond the mind. We beyond the mind. Internet look like it's acting up. Oh man, I gotta go wash my damn pot. But yo, man, y'all already know what it is, man. It's all about raising that vibe, man. Shout out to everybody in the chat, man. You know what I'm saying? Those who ain't been supporting, man, don't worry about the archives, man. It ain't for you. Archives is only there for those who been supporting, and I know who been supporting. It ain't y'all. You know what I'm saying? I just want to come here and feed. I've been telling y'all for a minute. I said I got something for them parasites. I said I got something for them parasites. You know what I'm saying? Just pull a plug on them, son. Just pull the plug. Ain't no more feeding. Pull the plug. You know what I mean? Pull the plug on them, man. No more feed. Straight up, bruh. What's going on in the chat? What up, son? Yo, man, these clones, they can't raise their vibe, bro. That's why they mad. They can't raise it. See, the only way they can raise their vibe is if you keep feeding them. You know what I'm saying? So they need, you know what I'm saying? They would need me to keep banging these videos out, keep extracting my light, putting my light into this digital matrix, and they could, you know, so they could just keep feeding, artificially enhancing their light. You know what I mean? But that it dials down after a while because, you know, it ain't authentic. It's not an authentic raising in their vibration. It's artificial. So, you know, they got to come back and feed some more. They got to wait for another video to be uploaded and feed some more. But now when you pull a plug, there ain't no more feeding. They lose their mind. They're like, yo, man, what's up? I want to feed. Go feed somewhere else. It's a bunch of conscious channels on YouTube network. Go feed. Go listen to somebody in the woods somewhere, son. Playing with koala bears. You know You know what I'm saying? Go listen to those people, man. Straight up, baby. I'm gonna keep uploading that banging content. That's gonna keep them feeders away. You know what I mean? We gonna keep uploading that banging content that's gonna keep them feeders away. Word up. Yo, I got the new camera coming through, son. Yo, when my dude at? Where he at? Colo Culture? You not in the lobby, son? Yo, bruh. You need to be in the lobby, son. You know, like you the only one in the lobby I could be talking them cameras with, bruh. I mean, I got that new cam coming through, son. It done broke the bank. You done broke the bank, son. The quality about to be up more. Yeah, but I've been freestyling, you know, getting some you know what I'm saying, just been getting some footage, man. You know what I mean, freestyling and all that. Ran into a couple of events. Figure I'd just capture it. You know what I mean? Turned out pretty good. Got some other joints. The content gonna be up there, man. You know it's gonna be. Yo, what up with my internet, man? Yo, son, my Netflix went offline. Content gonna be up, man. Y'all already know it's gonna be up. Oh man, they shut down my house of cards.
Previously, undesignated survivor.
Oh man, they shut down the house of cards. Oh man, something going on, man. You know, we got videos coming. You know, we got all that coming, man. You know, this year was a year to just basically debug and deprogram, son. Debug, deprogram, reprogram, son. This year was a year to firmware update your genetics. That's what this year was about, man. This year was about updating your genetics, updating your entire cellular makeup, man. Updating the new you. You know what I'm saying? You're supposed to get rid of the old you and rebirth a new you, man. This whole situation that's going on, this downtime that we're in. You know what I'm saying? You were supposed to be reprogramming yourself, man. A lot of people, you know, they advertise those videos out there, everybody being bored, not knowing what to do, can't wait to go outside. They making all these, you know, these mentally unstable videos where they just in a house just doing nothing. You were supposed to be carving in the damn timeline a new you. You know what I'm saying? You were supposed to be creating a new you, son, in that whole time. You know what I'm saying? Moth. You supposed to be like the damn butterfly in the cocoon, son, or the caterpillar in the cocoon. You know what I mean? All the things that you wanted to do, son, you was putting aside because you was on the clock. You was like, yo, son, it's the perfect opportunity for me to jump on that right now. I got nothing but time. I got nothing but time. If you had a little business you always wanted to start it, son, but the clock was always absorbing the enormous amount of your energy. You're like, yo, son, you know what, man? I ain't on a job because of this right now. You know, I signed up for this unemployed, get these checks, and I ain't gotta worry about the bread, so I could just fully focus on this side business. And you're supposed to go hard. They gave you a way out, man. The portal gave you a way out. You see, they shift everything digital. They shift everything digital, son. They talking about this dude from Amazon is like the richest man on the planet right now. People was buying stuff off of Amazon left and right. You know what I'm saying? Everything, as I spoke, this is something I spoke about eons ago, the digital fold over. I spoke about us being in the digital fold over. I spoke about how the concert's going to be holograms. You could have an artist like Chris Brown, you know what I'm saying? He could be in Thailand and they'll have him have concerts in London and freaking Afghanistan, in Africa. They could have him all over the place in a hologram form, son. You know what I'm saying? The digital fold over is here, son. They're gonna have it where it's gonna be an organic concert or an inorganic concert. That's how it's gonna be, son. Just like with the Broadway plays. Once upon a time, I don't know if they still got it, but they had the Broadway plays where people could actually go and see an organic performance with live people performing these plays. And you know, you got the inorganic when people go to the movies and look at lights on a screen. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be like that with the concert. Yo, this the digital fold over we in, son. You know what I mean? The digital market, son. You know what I mean? And they had to make sure that 5G, you know, was up and running. You know what I mean? They had to make sure the 5G was up and running. Make it that digital fold over, and you know what I'm saying? You gotta tap into that digital market. You know what I'm saying? It's like everybody's on social media now, son. And it's like they're gonna create an addiction for it now, because it's like it ain't like it's like everybody was in the house or whatever and couldn't really do nothing. So it's like they gained an addiction for it. Everybody was all on their phones, Facebook, Twitter, you know what I'm saying, YouTube, Instagram, TikTok. Everybody just upload. So it's like they created an appetite for those medias, for those digital outlets. So when they do decide to open back up the matrix and you go out there and simulate, people are going to be going out there and simulating and all that, but guarantee that they always going to have that appetite now for a TikTok video. You know what I'm saying? For a YouTube video. It's going to be more than how it was before, son. Before this whole thing blew over, it's going to be more people focusing on the digital media, son. You know what I mean? It's going to be a lot more people focusing on that, man. You know what I'm saying? So, yo, tap in, son. Tap in. You know what I'm saying? Get your little business started. You know what I'm saying? Do what you got to do. Get off the clock. You know what I mean? Because, yo, being on the clock, bro, man, being on that clock be absorbing a lot of your creative energy, son. You could be using that energy to create things that could actually set you up and your family where they ain't gotta be. Well, basically, you could be your own boss, and that is a whole nother vibration, son. It's a whole nother. Do you know how much stress you release or keep at bay when you your own boss? It's more work that you have to do, but it's not like work. It's like duties. It doesn't even seem like it's a, because when you on a clock, it's like a bondage kind of work. It's like they got you in some kind of duress bondage that you have to do this or else. And it's like you doing it because you're subliminally threatened to do it. But when you your own boss, it's not like a bondage work that you're doing. It's like duties that you're doing that you appreciate. You don't mind doing it. It's like you're not even really working. It's like you're just living. You know what I'm saying? It's like you living. What you doing in your life would be considered work, but it's really you're living. You're doing what as the emotional people will say, you're doing what you love to do. You know what I mean? You're doing what you love to do, son. You know what I mean? So it's like it ain't no burden. It's like a joy. It's like, damn, so I'm getting paid for this. This should be a crime. You know what I'm saying? I'm getting paid to do something that I don't even see as a damn job. I see it as just me living, just doing what I'm doing. It's a whole different vibe. And they don't want people on the planet to tap into that energy. That energy is here. They don't want the people on the planet to tap into that energy. They want the people to remain in that duress, jumping out of their bed 6 o'clock when the alarm go off, racing the car, racing the traffic lights, running to catch their bus, catch their train, speeding to get to work, getting a flash. You know what I'm saying? Next thing you know, you get a mail and a ticket in the mail talking about you ran a light. You know what I'm saying? They want you to be stressed, B. Yo, that whole work environment is stressed. But the CEOs of those companies, they not stressed. They're not stressed. They don't even come to work. They be all chilling somewhere with their family while somebody else running the business. You know what I'm saying? They don't want you to tap into, you know what I'm saying, the entrepreneur energy, son. They want you to be the employee. They want you to keep that employee vibration in your body, son. They don't want you to be the employer or the entrepreneur, son. When you be like, well, I'm gonna wake up today and I'm gonna go do some exercise and go do some light grocery shopping. I'll jump on the computer or whatever and do about 3 hours worth of work, and that's your day. You know what I'm saying? But when you're on the clock, you laying in the bed, the alarm clock going off, you looking at that alarm clock like it's your worst enemy. Like, man, shut up, man. Let me get like 15 more minutes. You laying in the bed like, damn, son, I can't even get 15 more minutes. Let me just close my eyes and just pretend Then I'm getting 15 more minutes, son. Even though I know I gotta get up. You know what I mean? Like, damn, son, you get up, sit on the edge of the bed. You're like, yo, son, I don't even want to get up right now, son. But you're thinking like, damn, if I don't get up, man, I ain't gonna get this money. Then I ain't gonna be able to pay my light, my gas, my rent. I'm gonna be on the streets. I'm gonna be a bum. So they got that guillotine over your head. Like, oh, man, I don't want to be homeless, man. I gotta go to this whack ass job, man. Oh, man. You go in there, you go in the kitchen. You mad now. You making your breakfast with that mad energy. You infusing your breakfast with that mad energy. You gotta get up, go to work. Next thing you know, you going to work. Boss telling you to do something you don't even want to do. You looking at him like you ready to choke him out. You know, he asks you, is everything all right? You got to sit there and lie. Yeah, everything good, man. I'm just visualizing how I should do this. You know what I'm saying? I'm just visualizing how I should do the job. You do the job, son. You know, they might not even be paying you right. Might be violating. You don't get checked, whatever, taxes. Just stabbing your pockets repeatedly, son. You know what I mean? Taxes is just violating you, son. You work all week. Get home Friday. They see they took like $400 out your damn check. You like, yo, that's a check right there. What the freak is this? You know what I'm saying? You stress. Saturday morning come around. You like, yeah, I got a day off now, son. Saturday, son. See what I'm gonna do today. You can't really do too much because you know in about 35 hours you got to be back on the clock. So you can't really do too much on a Saturday, son. You know, that's the cycle they want to keep you in, son. That cycle right there is a stressful cycle, son. That cycle extracts so much life off of people, son. You know what I'm saying? It extracts a lot of life off of people, man. You know what I mean? You got people in vibrations that they don't prefer. You know what I mean? Yo, B. The hell with that, son. Get up off that clock, man. Get on that clock, create your own clock. You know what I'm saying? It might be a bumpy ride at first. You know what I mean? But yo, you gotta stay the course. Because you already know what's gonna happen, son. You gonna go back to that stressful job. You know, after you done left your boss and you coming back, he already know he got you. You're like, uh-huh. You ain't have what it takes, right? So you already know I'm about to get you now. Now I know you ain't got no choice. You about to get violated. You know what I'm saying? About to get really violated. The boss know he got you now. Boss know you ain't going nowhere. He know the boss know he can sleep comfortable. When he know he got you jumping up out of your bed 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock in the morning to go get him money. And meanwhile, he in the bed 9, 10 o'clock. Chilling. Eating breakfast in bed. Cinnamon, what is it? A cinnamon raisin bagel with cream cheese. He got his orange juice, his toast, his newspaper. You know what I mean? His dog at the edge of the bed. His flat screen. His flat screen TV. All courtesy of you, man. You know what I mean? All courtesy of y'all hard work, man. You sitting up there creating a palace for this buster, son. Somebody who's not even worthy to be living like a king is living like a king off your energy, son. Meanwhile, you the king and the queen, and you up here living like a peasant. You sitting up here eating GMO food and Kentucky Fried Chicken and French fries and all this weak food. Meanwhile, he's sitting up there eating all exotic foods. He eating the best vegetables the planet's got to offer. He living in the most superb areas, mad quiet and clean. The kids can actually go outside and play outside and don't have to worry about getting hit by a stray bullet. Everybody in the community know everybody. They like family, son. The birds chilling. The air is so clean out there. It ain't no noise, no fire trucks, no sirens, no people screaming, turning up on a corner. You ain't got no bums. You walking down the street. You ain't walking down a block that smell like a piss factory. Like they all in a kosher environment. Meanwhile, you sitting up here slaving for these mother dudders, living in a effed up environment, and they all there just chilling, enjoying their life, sending their kids to college, all this off the strength for you. All of this because you want to be jumping up out of the bed and go work for these busters. Man, the hell with that, son. The hell with that vibe, son. That vibe is dead, son. That energy right there got killed. You know what I mean? That energy got killed. Straight up, son. That energy got grabbed by the bull horns and slayed with the sickle. You know what I mean? Freak that. You know what I mean? Freak. See, but then again, you gotta have people that ride with you on the same mission, because you're gonna have people that's not gonna want to help you become an entrepreneur only because they want you to suffer. They want you to suffer. You got people around you who know that you got what it takes, but they won't help you. And they see, in their mind, they looking at it like, if I don't help you, you know what I'm saying, you ain't gonna make it. And they don't realize when they not helping you, they actually helping you not make it. They participating in you failing when they don't help you. Whenever you try to raise yourself up and the people around you ain't ain't literally physically helping you raise your vibe, if they not helping you, they are actually helping you as well to keep your vibration low. Just look at it like this. You could have somebody who would encourage somebody to not smoke cigarettes. Every time that person is around that person already know, yo, I can't even smoke a cigarette around this person because he ain't gonna tolerate it, or she ain't gonna tolerate it. If I pull this pack out, it's down the drain. They ain't even trying to hear it. They snatching it out my pocketbook, snatching it out my hand. They smacking the cigarette out my mouth. They taking my lighter. They breaking it. They burning all my matches. They throwing everything away. It's like, it ain't gonna happen. That person right there is helping you raise your vibe. Now you could have somebody that come around that smokes cigarettes. You know this person, like, yo, son, I got 25 cents. You got a quarter so we can get this Lucy and bust it down. You like, no, you don't need all that. I got a cigarette right here. You pull it out, pull the cigarette out your bag, pocketbook, pants, whatever. This person pull a light out. They light your cigarette. Those are the ones who's helping you lower your vibration. They assisting you to the slaughterhouse. You know what I mean? They assisting you, son. You know what I mean? But those would be the ones who would physically help you. And then you got people who would be around you while you smoking. They won't say nothing. Those are the ones who's actually helping you keep your vibration low as well, but they do it on an acquiescence level. You know what I'm saying? They do, in other words, look at it like they doing it subliminally. They subliminally leading you to the slaughterhouse by not aiding you to raise your vibe up. You know what I'm saying? By them not even saying anything when you smoke a cigarette, and they know that, you know, the cigarette is killing you. You know what I'm saying? They subliminally wanting you to fail. So you got people around you like that, son. Like, you got family members or friends or whatever, son. Like, you could be into whatever. You could have a talent that they don't have. They could be jealous about. Well, I'm not going to encourage this person because I already know this person got what it takes. You know, they get recognized, they get blown up, they out of here. I'm still in the hood. Not realizing that if they was to actually help that person, that's how you could be a part of the corporation, because you put in the work. Why the hell would somebody get rid of you if you really help that person grow? You become a major pillar in the foundation of the growth. Why would they get rid of you? See, but they got the jealous mind, so they think that's how everybody think. You know, these clones out here with this jealous mind, they think that the person who actually want to raise up think like them. No, it's obvious they don't think like you if they trying to raise up and you ain't trying to raise up. It's obvious you ain't thinking like them. You know what I'm saying? Straight up, B. But yo, man, I already know what it is, man. I'm about to raise up out of here, B. All about raising the vibe, man. Shout out to everybody in the chat, man. Hell with these clones all trying to come here and feed. You ain't getting me caught up in that Jesus Christ prophet program. Open toe sandals, holy robes, walking around. You know what I'm saying? poor righteous teacher. Now I ain't nothing poor, ain't nothing righteous, and I ain't no teacher. You know what I'm saying? I just identify the obvious. Shit. Ain't got nothing to do with poor, ain't got nothing to do with rich. You got to do what it is. It is what it is, man. Straight up. Yo, man, the video's coming. You already know. Got some stuff I'm working on, like getting them cinematic joints, son. But yo, man, about to get up out of here. I'm about to go wash this pot, man. Cook my quinoa. You know, I got my avocados on deck, man. You know, you gotta keep, you gotta keep them avocados on deck. That reptilian fruit. You know what I mean? That's what that avocado is, man. That avocado is that reptilian fruit right there, man. Straight up, that's for us. That's for the gods right there. Y'all better get up on them avocados. I've been talking about the avocados for how long? Get you them organic avocados, that reptilian fruit, man. That's for the reptilians. You know what I mean? AIDS and pineal gland activity, all that. Good for the liver, the kidneys, all that. You know what I mean? But yo, man, I have to get up out of here. Raise the vibe, raise the vibe, raise the vibe, raise the vibe.